epo ayikulikile naba mukuchimona bene abashipikishe mukuchimona baisa batyawo ufechile moneka tekuyikulika chali kwati bamutungire mufye omutu kera twaisa ipshat nomba chiyikulika shani ali na banana chimkwai basherefe na bawishi.
And another relative had this to say.
So bale pima bakusha okupima baisa tweba weekend bino tafuile omwana lero nomba twabula na mulamu kitenge twamufuika twabula na blanket twamufuika na koti twabika na moto ya polisi baisa muna ba green officer. After that nomba ilo twaishia kumocha mochari.
Meanwhile, grandfather to the girl is appealing for help for them to conduct a post-mortem.
The
body is still lying in Mansa General Hospital mortuary, awaiting post-mortem and burial. Helen Chisha reporting for MUVI TV News in Mansa District.
A Chongwe resident, Barbara Jabulani, has appealed to government to intervene in the matter in which the former Chongwe Deputy Mayor, Evans Mohambi, allegedly allocated a piece of land in front of her property to a named individual. The named individual has commenced the construction of a structure at the entrance of her property. Mrs. Jabulani narrates that prior to the commencement of the construction of property in front of her house by a named individual, she has been subjected to all manner of abuse from the PF officials. She says she was only informed this year that a named individual was offered title for the land that is just in front of her property, and the owner of the land in question, Jacob Chitundu, who has since commenced the construction of a structure in front of the property of Mrs. Jabulani, insists he is legal owner of the property, saying it is registered as property 25 by the Chongwe Town Council. And United Party for National Development, UPND Deputy National Youth Chairperson Trevor Mwinde has warned that any officer from any local authority that will tolerate corruption in the allocation of land will be on their own when they are found wanting.
The right to own property, including land, is one of the constitutional rights provided for under Part 3 of the Constitution of Zambia. Unfortunately, some unscrupulous individuals are busy violating these rights through land grabbing and encroachment. Among the identified areas infested with this vice include Lusaka West, Star Cottage in Lusaka, and Mopani Property Farm in Kitwe, Copperbelt Province. However, the situation is not different with this family of Lusaka's Airport Villa in Chongwe District, where it is alleged that former Patriot Front PF Chongwe Deputy Mayor Evans Mohambi allegedly allocated a piece of land in front of her property to a named individual who has commenced the construction of a structure right at the entrance of her property. It has been revealed that about 8 families are affected in this area, and one of the affected, Barbara Jabulani, explains the situation.
Legally bought the land of Chongwe Council. They treated and we're interested party. We tendered, we paid, and we were given an offer by Ministry of Land as well, and we treated and we have title deeds for this land. Surprisingly enough, we are now told that there's a plot in front of our houses. Before this, we had, when we were building or treating for the land, we had former PF officials, namely Muhabi, the deputy mayor, and Chawinga, who would come and harass us for this land in front of us. And now, right now, as you can see, our entrance is being blocked from our houses because apparently this land was sold to an individual who's now started building and disclosing our interests. Chongwe Council and the Ministry of Lands are aware of this issue. We have written to them numerous times to intervene and see what they can do with this. So it is very surprising that this year we're actually told this person was offered land and a title was given. So we wonder what sort of buildings they are allowing to be built in front of our houses.
She has called on governments to look into the matter.
So far, we've been to numerous offices. Nothing has happened. I think it's time we appealed to the president. Maybe it takes him to look into such matters if his officers are unable to intervene in such little things. How a council can allow such lawlessness is beyond residents of Silverest.
And United Party for National Development UPND National Youth Chairperson Trevor Mwinde, who was in the area, expressed disappointment over the situation and has called on relevant authorities to look into the matter.
To build a house of this magnitude, to have a title deed, it means that their plans were submitted to the engineering department at the council. They were approved. And then which district council in this country would be in the position to offer a 10 by 40 plot in front of somebody's yard? This is how unfortunate, corrupt our system has been left to operate. Because I know that His Excellency has made it clear, anybody who is involved in dubious activities and anybody who is involved in land scandals and transactions that which do not look clear, they will be on their own.
Chongwe District Town Clerk Damson Mukwato, who was called to find out if they are aware about the situation, has this to say.
Does it have blessings from your office, this development here?
No, that's why when you go there, I've sent people there. Actually, there's a team coming to give them stop orders there.
Okay, thank you very much.
Because then the issue is that those people were given titles, they claim to have titles.
Okay.
Yes, but then even when you have a title in Zambia, before you start building, the council is supposed to give you an approval.
Yes.
To give you a building permission and all that. Those people, they don't have. So I've asked them to stop until that matter is resolved. We are proposing that we give them alternatives.
Meanwhile, the owner of the land in question, who has commenced the construction of a structure in front of the property of Mrs. Jabulani, says he's the legal owner of the property where the construction has begun, stating that it is registered by Chongwe Town Council.
Those documents, we found them Chongwe legal offices because that's where they keep their documents for the lands, I believe. From planning, they referred us to legal. He said, no, here we don't have a record. Here we just plan. Where you can find the records, go to the legal offices. The officer produced two different documents for two different properties, 25 and 27. And he advised, no, this is proper 27, this is proper 25, yours is proper 27. And this man here is refusing that he has never trespassed in your property, which happens to be 20. He's on 25. And as far as I'm concerned, she's actually the one who trespasses in my property.
Margaret Chota, MUVI TV News in Chongwe District.
We take a break. We still have more stories shortly after.
Are you at home and want an easier and faster way to access and manage your Airtel account? Download the My Airtel app from your app store. Open the app, enter your phone number, click on Request OTP, enter your one-time PIN, and congratulations! You can now use the My Airtel app to top up, pay bills, send money, and much more. Be smart, be safe.
Airtel, the smartphone network.
Bet on your luck with 1xBet. Bet on the sports events with 1xBet. Get the tickets and take part in the super cool prizes draw. Bet on your luck with 1xBet.
Welcome back. The news continues. Now, 826 graduates at Monze's Mapanza Institute of Health Sciences have been barred from proceeding with their graduation this Friday. Ministry of Health Permanent Secretary, Technical Services, Professor Lakson Kasonka, has reluctantly confirmed the development. Professor Kasonka refused to divulge into the circumstances surrounding this decision. The decision has, however, infuriated the villagers led by the headman, Kabeta. The traditional leadership has since vowed to protest against the decision, claiming the institution has been compliant with statutory orders.
Ino ejichigoro chisipana abali achikorawa baswitirira buti ichitali mumulawo kambo nibabola instance yakachitika kusanguna chakuti wakabola bonta and known people babola batizubulula kuti bazwa somewhere nanku kuliko bakazubululoko kuti babola kuti bayoyiye nibakamana kupanduluro bali amba kuti ma doctors from somewhere kuma kitwe kitwoko ino babola kwamba tuyanda kwiya kuti no mubereka buti and you can imagine, you can wonder kuti doctor by professional abola azoyiye kuli nasi kulija mushoboyo na imebonda kanyandwa kuti inonga balabola kwiya buti gayi kunka kuchikolo chipatiwe ichikolo ya kwamba kuti ibana bazwa chikolo bajana aibugunku nama benefits kuli jana chikolo kokuti tabaswege mali koti barazwitirira inopambi bantu nibamana kubona bobo bali mwakuba mapiwe kuti ino echichikolo chisipana abali achikorawa bazwitirira buti ichitali mumulawo kambo nibabola instance yakachitika kusanguna chakuti wakabola bonta and known people babola batizubulula kuti bazwa somewhere nanku kuliko bakazubululoko kuti babola kuti bayoyiye nibakamana kupandula.
We've come far. As we've reached here, we are appealing, please, they should see us through. Some of us, we have children, we have different backgrounds. Whereby, we won't have this chance. The government, please, we are disturbing our minds. We are appealing to our Papa, Tamusha Yesu. The Papa of Batpera, Madam. Tatubali pirapo no kubali pirapo. Tuisafena ma results ya kuana bwino na fyonse fya kuana ngata ukwete no kutamfya baratamfya. Poko basi pama panza baralanga bufi ngata wakwata fya mano nishita wakwata. Kono chabaranga niwe yakulemberamo no kuberenga. Esho baturanga pano no tati baraturanga pa kulemba exam. Nga mwaisa mkumona fotulemba exam kutimwarira no kulila. Fotulemba pano. So I'm appealing, please, whoever is having false information upon this school, we are appealing, you are disturbing our minds.
For coming in from the community to come and sell things to us as students, and they're also benefiting. That's how they are feeding their children. That's how they are also educating their children. So imagine if the school was to close down, what would happen to those people? Apart from that, I myself dream of one day becoming a doctor, and I chose Mapanza Institute of Health Science as a stepping stone. They say a journey of 1,000 miles. Recent remarks attributed to the United Party for National Development UPND Northwestern Provincial Chairperson Bruce Kanema on dealing with problematic opposition parties has prompted the youth leadership in the Patriots for Economic Progress PEP to drag him to police. The PEP youths, led by their chairperson, Charles Kakula, filed the complaint at Woodlands Police Station. Mr. Kakula has since warned youths in his party will effect a citizen arrest on Mr. Kanema if police fail to do their job. During a recently held news conference comprising the ruling party's provincial youth leadership at the Secretariat, Mr. Kanema warned of the dealing with problematic opposition parties insulting President Hakainde Hichilema.
My name is Charles Kakula, PEP National Youth Chairman. Today, Thursday, 6th of October 2022, we have reported Mr. Bruce Kanema, UPND Northwestern Chairperson, of defamation of character, threatening violence against our party president, President Sean Tembo. We have reported this case at the Woodlands Police Station and want to see how the police is going to handle this case. If the police will not handle this case properly, we are going to do a citizen arrest in Sorose, and we are going to bring Mr. Bruce Kanima at Woodlands Police Station, because as the youth we are very much disappointed with the behavior of UPND officials, because they are taking this country as if they own it. They own it and will not tolerate such kind of behavior.
Several stakeholders have cheered government for proposing to waive visa requirements on key countries where most tourists from Zambia come from. Katua Member of Parliament Mwabashike Nkulukusa notes the development will stimulate tourist inflow into the country. Finance Minister Stumbeko Msokotwane recently proposed a visa exception policy for the tourists from the European Union, EU countries, the United Kingdom and Japan, among others.
And turnover always gives you more money and is more sustainable. The other low-hanging fruit was tourism. Look at what the minister did. Lifted visas for all our source markets. And those markets that he mentioned are actually major source markets that our long-haul travelers come from. And much of the problems was that they needed to look for visas to come to this country. I'll give you an example. One of the biggest traveling countries in the world is Netherlands. The Dutch travel a lot. I think they could be first or second largest traveling countries in the world. Wherever you go, you find the Dutch. But for them to come to Zambia, if they needed a visa, they needed to go to Brussels, because there is no embassy in Amsterdam. There is no embassy in Netherlands. So they have to go to Brussels to get a visa for them to travel to Zambia. Now imagine what it has done. They don't need all that. They will just have to come. So again, it will stimulate the demand. And you know, the world is hungry to travel to Africa. Many of them have not seen the animals in 2-3 years of COVID. So they are hungry to come to Africa. And we are one of the first countries to have announced good news to them. So we expect a lot of arrivals, more especially getting into 2023, 2024, because the world usually plans ahead.
The ruling United Party for National Development, UPND youths, are appalled by the unparliamentary conduct exhibited by Lumezi Independent Member of Parliament Munia Zulu on the floor of the August House, reacting to the incident in Lusaka Thursday. Party's National Youth spokesperson, Phineas Pumulo, says as young people, they expect Mr. Zulu to use the language befitting the office he holds as a lawmaker. Mr. Pumulo has advised the youthful legislature to choose carefully his words when debating in Parliament. On Wednesday, during parliamentary deliberations, Mr. Zulu was making his submission, told the House that they were all elders who shaved their public hair, much to the dismay of the members of Parliament and the nation as a whole.
We want to advise our fellow youth, who is the Honorable Munia Zulu, that when debating in Parliament, he should choose carefully the word that he uses when debating, bearing in mind that Parliament proceedings are being televised live and on different social media platforms, and school-going children, they follow parliamentary proceedings. So it is very disappointing that members of Parliament, they don't choose carefully the word that they use. What is it that they're trying to teach to our young people? Members of Parliament are called honorable. So we expect them to debate issues in an honorable manner. We are very much disappointed in the manner in which Honorable Munia Zulu has chosen to be debating or to conduct himself in Parliament, bearing in mind that we have got a lot of young people that are following parliamentary proceedings. We want to appeal to all members of Parliament that when debating, choose the word that you use when debating, because we have got a lot of young people that are following parliamentary proceedings using different platforms. So it is very wise for members of Parliament to represent us, the youths, in an honorable manner. Honorable Munia Zulu, he represents us, the young people. So we expect him to represent us in an honorable manner, and it must choose the word that he uses.
We take another set of commercials. We'll be back.
How to use your home Airtel Money wallet when traveling across Africa. Step 1. Get used to a new place. Step 2. Learn the language and culture. Step 3. Pay your bills in a foreign country using your home Airtel Money wallet. Airtel Money. Instant, secure, borderless.
Bet on your luck with 1xBet. Test your luck and get a chance to win one of the super prizes. Bet on the sports events with 1xBet. Get the tickets and take part in the super cool prizes draw. Technospark smartphone, powerful generator, or a cool Bajaj motorcycle. Bet on your luck with 1xBet.
As COVID-19 cases keep rising, many business entities are affected and their revenue keeps going down. But together, we can fight COVID-19. Rumpi Enterprises provides you and your organization the safety you require in these hard times of the COVID-19 pandemic by using effective disinfectants procedures such as knockdown and residual disinfecting that helps prevent and get rid of COVID-19. We do knockdown and residual disinfecting procedures for homes, offices, hospitals, churches, and many more. Protect yourself and the people around you and get your business running with our powerful trusted disinfectants. Call Rumpi Enterprises on 0955 76 7835 or 0955 9922 30 or come to the third floor, room 3, Tazara House, corner of Dedan Kimati and Independence Avenue. Follow us on Facebook, Rumpi Enterprises Limited. Always remember to observe the COVID-19 guidelines, mask up, sanitize, social distancing, and staying.
An alleged sodomizer is allegedly sharing a hospital ward with his victim at Lusaka's Kanyama General Hospital. A check by MUVI Television found a seemingly stress-free alleged offender lying on the bed without handcuffs within the same room of the medical facility. The situation has, however, infuriated the family of the victim, who have since appealed for the intervention of relevant authorities. Mother of the victim, Juliet Chilana, alleges a police officer known as Chishimba from Kanyama Police Station called her saying he is no longer in charge of the case as it has been allocated to other officers. And it is further alleged the sodomizer was issued a police bond while hospitalized. Police were not available for a comment.
This is a woman of Lusaka's Kanyama compound whose son was allegedly sodomized few days ago. In an interview with MUVI TV News, Juliet Chilana, mother to the victim, is appealing to relevant authorities to help bring the suspect who sodomized her 16-year-old son to book. Ms. Chilana has lamented, alleging that a police officer known as Bwana Chishimba from Kanyama Police Station called her saying that he has distanced himself from the case and that the suspect has been put on police bond. She has also said the suspect is admitted at Kanyama General Hospital, where the victim is admitted.
Admitted mu clinic hospital. So twice I push ako bakapula package pa clinic. Ngoyi umuntu nishi bamfumishisha no mukaka nishi mbiata na bamusaini na police bond. So mailo kuma 22 twashire nkwa bakapula batu mina phone ba sister bandi atawo ine kumalero mwinambika muri kimadia shinisa mbamo. So ifo twala chitashani fo cha tupesha pe uri wa muntu ali muwadi nishi mbita bamukakiri.
And when the reporter went to check in the male ward, she found the suspect lying on bed without the handcuffs. And when contacted Bwana Chishimba, he confirmed that indeed he called the mother to the victim, saying that he wants nothing to do with the case, as it should be dealt with the victim support.
In the victim support unit. It was handed over to victim support unit.
Esther Nkoma, MUVI TV News, Lusaka.
The Zambia Army General Brigadier Nathan Chiselwa has cautioned the public to be wary of the unscrupulous people who are masquerading as recruitment officers or agents of the army. General Chiselwa says whenever the army is recruiting, a recruitment board of officers is constituted to preside over the exercise, and not every officer in the army is a recruiting officer. He emphasized that at no time will the army request any form of payment from prospective recruits. Brigadier General Chiselwa has further urged the media to help sensitize the members of the general public on the right recruitment procedure and not to be on the lookout for the scammers sending fake recruitment messages and adverts.
I know this is one of the procedures which often is being abused by unscrupulous characters, especially on social media platforms where they come up with whatever they come up. So I just want to make it clear to the media that what I will present, that is our recruitment policy as an army. The way we start the recruitment, we start by making an official advertisement which is published in national print or indeed electronic media, calling for applications from suitably qualified persons countrywide who wish to join the Zambian Army, both for regular officers, professional officers, and non-commissioned officers. It shall never be done by anyone else but the administration branch on behalf of command. On TV, shortlisted, code, and at no time does our policy allow payment of money. That one be clear. Anytime you see these dubious adverts coming up in these different social media forums, once you see some character saying you have to pay this amount of money for this and this, that's a red flag. Don't even go further. And this, as media, we are feeling that you should be educating our people out there, the public, so that they are not duped by these elements.
The former government workers have continued to demand for their benefits promised to them after being on voluntary separation in 1999. Speaking in an interview with MUVI TV News in Lusaka at the Ministry of Community Development and Social Services, Robi Mushanda says the workers were asked to go on voluntary separation as a requirement from the International Monetary Fund to the government. The retirees say other African countries who ask workers to go on voluntary separation have paid them their benefits. A differently abled resident of Lusaka's Mtendere compound has appealed to relevant authorities to consider equal allocation of land to all regardless of their condition. Suzio Moyo, a charcoal trader who is on the verge of eviction following the allocation of plots around the vicinity of the library, complained of lack of engagement. The recent allocation of land around the library has raised eyebrows among the residents.
These are what are believed to be illegal structures that are being built around the Lusaka City Council Library in Tendere compound. Residents have raised concerns about these structures being built near the library, stating that it will not create a conducive environment for the learners and people that use the library. However, at the center of this controversy, a cry for help has been made by a physically challenged man, Suzio Moyo, who runs a small charcoal business along the library where the structures are being constructed. Mr. Moyo, who has been running his business for years, says the constructor did not engage him on the way forward and has since asked for help from well-wishers to help him build a proper structure.
Vanani mangira pafupi na ndembanga again wafuna kunichosa hapo pana
ati wamangepo ati wanagura che venangu bati ine siwananuze kuna chitu chonse monani vivisitika pano mama nkhala ija yokuti monga nindewe kuti kunimangira pafupi na nthemba yanga apa bati nankhalapo mayezi na mayezi bati onani ni chani chichitika asine muniona muniriri pano nizaenda kuti kulibe ntchito iningaseweze ntchito iniseweza ni amene imunuona pano nigurisako chetu marasha tufaka pana mabora tu amene so ine munganisakirira uko ningaende but ine na mwene wake nakonda pamene pano kuti.
When asked to comment, the library management said they would rather distance themselves from this issue. Reporting for MUVI TV News, Celestina Mbewe, Lusaka.
We'll now go for our final break. We'll be back.
Welcome to Kamachi, unique styles at your fingertips.
You can't miss out on the latest fashion trends. For your unique styles and affordable quality clothing, visit Kamachi. We have smart golf t-shirts, summer boys and girls clothing. We have designer belts, smart shoes and smart wear. Quality ladies and men's suit. Sneakers. Ladies handbags and so much more. For our physical address, we are located at shop number 77A at East Park Mall in Lusaka and shop number 1 Yamba Mall, shop number 20 Mukuba Mall in Kitwe. And of course, for your contact details, you could reach us on 0977 626676 or 0966 626676.
Welcome back. We now look at the rest of the stories. The National Health Insurance Management Authority has encouraged all those in the informal sector to quickly register themselves on the scheme. Nimaba Public Relations Officer Chanda Kaluba has encouraged Zambians to register themselves, especially if their employer refuses to do so. He says everyone, regardless of their status in society, deserves the right to equal and quality health care.
Fue ngakabungwe kanima na tuimia omulimo uwakulembesha abekala chalo bonse kuli scheme ababomba amachito yakufole imindala mashapa mwenshi nabayaba ibombela fe mumishika wa mutekenya nabashala bonse kwe bati bafuile baba bamembala baba nima tapali umuntu ofuile yasha kuno manima echo tuwaimini napo kanshi kuno ku chitungu cha Lusaka natu imini natu ite utubungo twapusana utu akwata molu bali ukulembesha ababa nensu abayibombela bakwe bati tusange nshira tupanisha nyamano ukumona efyo tuinga balembesha bantu balinda kai ifile chitika fya kutila abengi abalembesha bali nima nibalya ababombe nchito shakufola pamwesha kanshi nomba tulefuwa nomba twingile ukuleta abantu bonse abafuili okulembesha panima nendupwa shawo kanshi nomba echo twati yo amano yaba mu bantu yaba mutubunge kumbi na tubete nabo batupande kwa amano kwe bati tuwabomba shani tuwabombera shani pamo umuntu kwe bati uyu mulimo wafikirishiwa.
And on that note, we end the news. But before we go, a recap of the headlines. Catherine P. fails doping test. Shuangandu Member of Parliament Stephen Kampiongo arrested. Sodomizer, victim share hospital ward. Luapula girl, 13, dies mysteriously. 826 graduates at Mapanza Institute of Health barred from graduating. Well, thank you so much for having joined us for the MUVI TV main news at 18:30. On behalf of the entire production crew, this has been Keith Mwemba.
Bet on your luck with OneXBet. Test your luck and get a chance to win one of these super prizes. Bet on these sports events with OneXBet.
Food processors and electric kettles. All items available at all Fidelity Stores outlets.
Electromaster, a quality product of Fidelity Stores.
Hurry now while stocks last. Fidelity Stores. Quality goods, affordable prices.
What is a good dream? It's a dream that Lucky Buy mobile application has simplified and defined through a simple spend of 1 kwacha. It's easy. Download from Google Play Store, enter your phone number and verify with a secure code. Or visit any of our Lucky Buy booths and deposit as little as 1 kwacha. You could be the lucky winner of a phone, laptop, TV set and many more. Download the Lucky Buy app now or visit any of our agents to get started. Lucky Buy, 1 kwacha, 1 dream.